Hello. We're live already. Sorry
Hi.
about the delay.
Hi, Felix. How are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, a little bit weird today, but I'm so excited to start today with the broadcast, with the live stream.
Part two. For
Part
those
two.
who join us for the first time, last week we did the first part of the build, which was doing the whole stylist for punch list. So we will put the link over there, so you can sign up to the community and receive emails, not spam, just emails about this type of events that we'll be doing, live builds and interviews with the EA team. Thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah, so we have some comments. Hello, Jose, Jerry. Hi, good evening. And Kevin, we heard like 5 people now. We are growing every week. Last week we had almost 10. We'll see how many people we have today. So let's start with the last news of Webflow. Let me see if I can share up here my screen. There is like
We have
yeah,
news about Webflow,
yeah,
um, because this week
yeah. We have a
there was an
new
announcement.
made in. There is an announcement that they changed the showcase to the made in Webflow. This There was a little bit of controversy because the people were saying, "Yeah, this is not made in Webflow." We have people from the community saying that this made in Next.js to break the limit of 10,000, um, I guess, to 10,000 items, which is something that, I mean, Webflow you should do in Webflow. No, in Next.js I think is done. So we'll see. But yeah, I like the change. To be honest, I miss the other design because it's more. Let's say that if we scroll up here, we are here. So we are here in Edgar Allan. This will have a streaming talking about that. But yeah, it's like they changed the buttons and some aspect of the clonables. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like it or the change, or do you like more the old one?
I'm sort of adjusting as well because I was so used to the old one, but I guess that as the days pass by, we'll forget the old one and start using this one. But yeah, I mean, I read the comments on Twitter like, why is not building Webflow? But I guess we'll have to talk about that
Yeah,
as well. Like, why did
I
they build
mean,
that in Webflow? Why didn't? Right? So,
yeah, they
um,
integrated, but they didn't do in Webflow. So, and yeah, we have here the clonable that we were talking
mhm.
about, this multi-step form that we made. So we're talking further in another streaming. And there is another, well, news. We shared our 3D war here. You guys, I don't know if you guys seen, but it's coming. It's coming soon. The 3D war, the Canaan. So you'll be
Yeah.
working closely with the team, no, Florency?
I have been working closely with the team as a PM, and I have to say I'm so excited about this game, and because we as we started with it with just drawings on a piece of paper, and then seeing the project grow and to look like this. It's like it's been a wonderful ride, seeing all the hiccups that we had in the middle of the project, but also seeing how the team has overcome that. And it's a beautiful game that we're very excited to show to the world. We have showed a little some snippets on our Twitter
Can you
account
tell
that we're.
something about like what it's about, or we cannot say anything yet?
I don't think I can say anything yet, but I'm sure everyone is gonna love it, and it's also not just because it's cute and it's wonderful, but also to see push the limits of Webflow. What can I do? We have been using 3GS for this, and animation and 3D. So it's a lot of things that are within Webflow, and I think you know pushing the limits and see what can come up. I think it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, in 2 weeks we're going to have Tino, that is part of the team, that is going to show us how the 3D work in Webflow. So stay tuned and join us. Well, if you're not subscribed to the channel. So we're going to talk about that more.
Yep. Yeah, Tino will be here in a couple of weeks. He's our designer, 3D designer. So we're very excited to to talk about him and his work and everything that he has done with this project. That it's I mean it's amazing. Every time I see a new update, it's looking great every single time. So
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, let's jump to the patch list project. We already
yeah,
made last week the whole style guide. I finished everything, so now it's perfectly done. So we are going to start doing the design. We have a here that is made from Ivan, one of our team colleagues. Let's start then. I don't know if anybody has any question in regards to the development, the knockout or whatever. We're going to make that in knockout our framework. As you guys don't know, this is the URL. You can check. So please put all the comment that you have, and I will try to answer all of them. So let's do it. And let's
awesome.
see. You can
Yeah, we
see
had
here.
done the the stylist style guide using our framework, and we started with the
Yeah.
text, with the headings, the buttons. Someone
Mhm.
asked last week about the photos, and we will do a special episode about that. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll do. Probably we work with the Photoshop here as well.
Oh yeah,
So let's do that. Let's start from the nav. I'm going to get rid of this container. I don't like the Webflow container. And let's add up here. I already add the assets, so we don't need it to.
to upload them.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the container. Then we can see this knockout word in 14 columns. So every column is 100 pixels, let's say. So this is gonna be a margin medium on the sides. Sorry, padding medium. So we're going to start with the padding X axis medium for the container, and the top is I think 58, 50, yeah, 50 as well. So we're going to do padding top medium as well. Sorry, medium no. S, which is half column. So padding top S. Now we have that. Let's add the logo punch list. We're going to see. We're going to that brand logo, for example, and let's measure how much is this element. It's 187. I don't know if you guys see 187 pixels. Okay, so what we do here is like, okay, 187 pixels, and then we are going to transform as we did in the style guide in the viewport of 1440. So we're going to take the up here, so you see the math. 187 divided by 1440 by 100, so we transform to viewport width, which is 12986 viewport width, and then we transform in the 1920 again to pixels. So it's 187.1333. Okay, so this is 250 actually. Well, let's do accurate 271. If someone has like any question in regards how we transform or anything, we have all the documentation in madewithknockout.com. So you can check all the documentation up there.
Which is
So we
also
have
in Spanish.
also in Spanish. Yeah, we need to say that. Yeah. Then we have the links up here. This is text S, all of them. So let's jump in and see how we can do that. Actually, I'm going to wrap that in a wrapper because we are going to use Flex. So we do. I always like to start with a wrapper. It's an empty style class, and then let's continue with the nav bars. In this one, we are going to set CTA. No, actually, this is a text link. I don't like the text link. We're going to do as a link block, and then I don't know if there's no any comment.
Not yet.
This is gonna be the class CTA. That is the class that we set for the links in the style guide. Then we are going to add a text block. we said that this is text S already, so 16 pixels. That is already set up. So this is text S, and this is feature integrations. Well, let's copy here. Actually, let's do. I don't know. I think there are 5. No, 1,
4.
2, 3. Yeah, integration, case studies,
Pricing.
pricing, and free demo. Okay, free demo. Perfect. Then what we have up here is the buttons. There are 2 buttons on the right. So this is the login. This one, let's add the buttons. We're going to add as a button actually. And the class is button small. This is something that we didn't do in the last style guide. I added after the style guide because there are some, those 2 buttons are smaller than the main one. So I added and the style. And then this is primary. I would like to add. Then this is, well, let's start with this one actually. And then we do the other one. But this is one, and this is login, which is, I think it's inverted primary. Inverted primary, correct. We have already all the elements added, and then what we're going to do is like the class, there is a margin between them. So what I'm going to do is like going to work with the margin right. This is not a class that we already have in Knockout, so I need to create this margin. It's let's say it's 30, no? But I don't know. I think the best approach for that, since it's a big menu, I will work with the viewport width, sorry, instead of the pixel. So whenever we trim we use a small viewport, it doesn't stack the element, no break. So let's a margin right 30. We're going to do 30, but actually it's gonna be the math that we have is like 30 between 40 by 100. This is 2083. Just 2083 viewport width. 2083 viewport width. Okay. So in this one, it's going to be viewport width as well. And in this one, it's going to be 30 by 1.53. So it's like it doesn't continue taking the whole viewport. So it has like a max width. Like we use a fixed unit. No? So this is 40 pixels. And then we can use this class. No, actually, I did wrong.
It happens.
I mean, I can do it in this way, but I shouldn't do in this way. I'm going to do in the way that's proper one, no? Using universal classes. So it's 30 by 40 by 100 is 2083 viewport width. And then we said that 30 by 133 was 40, no? Yeah. And this is 40 pixels, correct. Nice. So we have this class done. So what we're going to do is apply, actually, to the following text link here. In this one, I want to make sure that it's the same or not. I don't know. 36 in this case. So let's do the same thing, actually. So margin right. 36. I don't know. You guys have any question? Please leave in the comment below, so I can respond to you. This is 36. But it's gonna be. We're going to do it the same way actually. So 36 by 40 by 100 is 2.5 viewport width. Okay. So in this one, and then 36 by 133 is 47,988. I mean, I always set in pixels whenever I use the main breakpoint, but in this case, since like there are so many elements, let's say, sorry, since there are so many elements, I will use the viewport width. So in this one, I'm going to set that. No, sorry, this one. And in the last one, what they have is 20. So for this one, we have 1. And one thing I'm going to do up here, since this element is 16, I'm going to change it actually for a link. I like always add the buttons. Sorry, add the buttons and link block instead of buttons. I don't know why, but I like button small. Sorry, button small. And then up here, we are going to add a text that say text small. All right. This is going to be, for example, this one. And this one is going to be login up here. Okay. And this is going to be inverted primary. Okay. And this is going to be primary, even though it's the same thing. And in this bottom, we are going to add a margin right 20. And we don't have it. Yeah, we should create them. 20, which is 20 here. Up here is 20 divided by 40, 40. This is, for me, it's now something automatically that I do. At the beginning, it can be a little bit overwhelmed, but it's pretty easy to transform to viewport width and then to pixels. So, and then we have 20, I want 333, and it's 26.6. 26.6 pixels. Okay. So we'll set up the margin. Let me set up here. Well, actually, it's already created. So we have already all the elements up here. Let's actually add a flex. And then we are going to justify between, okay? So justify between. And then we're going to align center to put it in the y-axis and the center. Yeah, so we have already our navbar done. That's the first.
Looking great.
Looking great so far. So far, so good. So up here we have. Let's add the header. I always like to add a section because the section class apply a max width of here 1920. So it's like doesn't scale. Like there's a max width. So what they do here, sorry, it's like duplicate it and call it header just for visual purposes. There's no other thing. And then I always like to set the tag header so Google understand that it's the header of the page. We can even add the navbar inside or not. It just depends on the project, but we're going to leave it out. And then let's continue with that. Let's add the container. We are going to see that there is like 2 columns on the side, which is padding medium. And up here we have 200, which is padding XL, which is take 2, like every column is 100. So we'll take 2 columns. So let's say that is like here, padding X medium. And on top is padding top XL, I think is, yeah, XL. So from here, we are going to start building this like 2 columns. As we see, it's like half, 6 columns, and here another 6, so it's half. So let's approach in this way. So if I add a div and then I add a column wrapper, and here I will add all the both columns, no? So the first one is column, and I set the class half. So it takes half of the parent always. We can set like it's actually 6 column, but I think the best approach, you can do it like this as well, but I will do half. And then I'm going to copy paste, and we have the 2 columns next to each other. Then let's start with this headline XL. So let's add the first element. I always like to wrap all the elements in a part, the text one, the headlines and the text. So I was like headline wrapper. It's not a class that is created already in Knockout, but I create my own. So on this here, we are going to add the H1. It's going to be the headline, I think XL. XL. And up here, we are going to add the color. It's like text primary, which change the color to the one that we have up here. Then we have 20 pixels down, and we have this element. So let's add it. Let's add the container, and we're going to do the same text wrapper. We're going to create this class, and then I'm going to sorry, add this class up here. Let's see what is this is text small, as you can see here, text small. So we already have this class text s, and actually it's the same body size, no? And we said that there is a margin between them of 20 pixels, margin bottom. So it's margin bottom 20. If we don't have it, we create it. So no problem here. Margin bottom is 20 pixels. And do it a little bit fast or not, Florencia?
I think you're doing great. I mean, we don't have any questions yet, so we're all amazed at your speed and knowing the like the elements so well. So
Okay, yeah. So you have any question or something in regards, please let me know. Okay, so we have that. We already create this margin, so it's already applied. Okay, so we have this side done. Let's jump to the right one. So we see up here is half, but actually takes one column padding. So what we're going to do, there are different ways to do, no? But let's do it with the wrapper here. And in the column, I'm going to, padding left. I'm going to add a padding left medium, which is one column. So it's going to move, the element one column right.
we have a question from Jose. The second column can be outer column, or is it not needed in that case?
You can do outer column, like instead of doing that, Jose, you can add the outer column. Let's say that is auto goal. It's gonna take the 50%, the padding as well. But I always like to get the right size. But you can do in this way as well, so no problem with that. Okay. Sorry. So this is which colors? This one bonus 2, and then we have radius of 12. Okay. So let's put the color background bonus 2, and then let's border radius that is not created. I don't know. It's actually the S, but well, let's create it from scratch, and that's it. And this we set 12. And in 12, we set up here this. Then 12 divided by 1440 by 100. As I said, I always said, whenever you see something in the base breakpoint in pixels, you need to transform to viewport width, no matter what it is. So this is going to be 8333 viewport width. And this one is 12 by 1333. Which is 1599.6 pixels. Okay, we got it. We already applied to this one. Then let's see we have a 50 padding, which means it's half column. So it's gonna be S, padding S around. Padding S. So it's gonna apply the padding S around the whole wrapper. And then let's continue with this element, which is headline L. Okay, so let's add the element. I add the brown thing. We say this is headline wrapper, and inside we are going to add We're going to set H2, for example. And in this one, I would like to see, oh yeah, headline L, sorry. Line L, correct. And now there is 20 pixels down, so margin bottom 20. And then we have one form. For that, we're going to add a form, a ruler form. So let's add the form up here. Okay. We are going to get rid of not the submit, but for this, actually this one, this is gonna be an email. We already have a class, and we already did that in the style guide, which is text field, and takes the style of the element. There is your website.com up here. So we have a placeholder, set it here as well. Then we have 32, no, 20 as well, 20 pixels margin. So we margin bottom. That's why I do universal classes, because we can use for any element of, later. No? Then let's continue. Sorry, let's continue with the. Well, actually, I can take here. This is a button secondary, I think. So let's do it. This button. It's a regular button. It's not a small. And in this case, the secondary. So it takes the color of the secondary color, no? And then we have this element up here that is interesting, because I'm going to show you how we can, let's put that wrapper. So we can use flex up here now. Let's add actually a text link. And inside this link, we are going to add a text. Actually, we can add a couple of texts, but let's do CTA. And then let's see, what is the size of this? 16, which is text S, I think. Okay, correct. So now, let's add the this is view the tutorial, but we are going to add the icon, view the tutorial. We are going to add the icon through Font Awesome. So how we do that? There is some different classes in Knockout to do that. So you can either add as a PNG or SVG or whatever, but we're going to do in this way because it's people have so many questions with that. So let's see here in the documentation. We go up here in images and icons. We're going to see that here there are some classes that we add. Icon brand is the one that we're going to use to add the Font Awesome, because at the end of the day, Font Awesome is like a font family. It's like a Arial or Open Sans, no? Mm-hmm. So let's copy this, and then it means that you can change the color, the sizes based on just the typography, no? So let's jump to the homepage. Sorry. And actually, I don't know if we should do like this way, but let's see. Well, one thing I missed, that's why it wasn't scaling as we can see here, is add the custom code that we have. Otherwise, anything will scale, and so for example, the Font Awesome won't work. So for this icon, we are here in the Font Awesome version 5 is what we have right now, and we set YouTube. We have the exact same icon up here. We go here, we just click in the icon, the glitch, whoever it's called, and then we paste it up here. And that's it. This is how you add the icon with the Font Awesome. It's really straightforward. Actually, if we add it here, if we set let's see if I can do like that. So we use one. Yeah. We don't need 2 elements of text, so we have 1. But the thing is that with this one, actually, we are going to make a small margin. I think it's 5 pixel margin, right? 5. Yeah, it's applying the 5 already. Cool. So let's have a small spacing up here, 20 pixels, which is up here, margin, right, 20 pixels. And that's it. We have this element done already, as we can see. Now let's do a fun part up here. It's 100 pixels down, which is one column again. So we are going to take the column wrapper and we are going to say, okay, margin, bottom, medium, which is one column now. And now we are going to add this element down here, which is gonna be, let's add this as a wrapper actually. Down there, oh, what I did, I jam sometimes with the shortcuts. I use the shortcuts so fast and I jump.
It's gone.
It's gone. No, it's here. Okay.
The great thing about using the knockouts so often is that you already know exactly, you see a font and you already know which class will go. So it saves you a lot of time. And
it saves me a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, because it's like whenever I have to jump to another project that doesn't use knockout, I get stuck. It's like I need those universal classes. I need to, it's making me work faster at the end of the day. So yeah, that's why we also recommend to use it. And once you make a couple of projects, 2 or 3 projects, it's like it's really straightforward. So let's center this element. Just center, and that's it. We just center the element. Up here, we have 51. I think it's with 50 will be half. Margin actually bottom S with a 50. And then let's add this carousel. I guess it's like this is gonna be like a marquee, like a carousel. So let's do in this way and make a small animation. Let's do carousel. It's a marquee, but carousel wrapper. Okay. Then we're going to add the element carousel. And in here, we're going to add the logo wrapper, for example. We're going to start adding all the images, which is something that I already have. The first one is this one. So let's see what is the size. It's 216. Okay, so let's make let's say logo 1, 216 divided by 40 by 100. Saying I transform. Sorry, this is 216. Is 15 people width, and then is 5. Okay, this is 1995 pixels. Okay, perfect. Nice. So, well, hold on, something wrong here. Oh no. Okay, got it. So not 15, it's 216. And okay, now we are talking. 792. Now, okay. So we have one. Let's do the rest actually. The second one is media, Edgar Allan, headway. This is media, Edgar Allan. Actually, they have different sizes. Let's do it quickly. I think this one is headline, and the last one was Shopify. Yeah. So if I set this one is under 85, which is logo 2, for example, 185. If we continue, 85 by 0.40 by 100, this is gonna be 1284. Okay. And we said 185. Okay, to 4660. Perfect. Um, I'm going to continue with this one. Edgar Allan, 184. Actually, it's pretty much the same, no? Well, let's do it just in case. 440 by 100. This is 12. So 186 we set. This is okay. And this is 1277. And the last one is say sorry. 6 by 3. Okay. Oh, my mistake. I'm working on the wrong one from class. 6. The last one is 247.93. I think we're going to skip that sizes because otherwise it's gonna be not. I can finish it, or you want I finish all the sizes? Florencia.
We have a comment. So as you load the images, adjustments are made for the large viewports.
Okay, as you load the images, adjustments are made for the large view. Yeah. So again, in this case, what we have is like all the logos are in pixels. So we transform for the 1440 in viewport width, and then we transform again for in the large viewport to pixels again. So this is how we do it. Let me put it this. I don't know why it's stuck in the center. Anyways, okay, correct. So now that we have that, let's continue like this. We're going to do flex up here. I'm not going to use all the classes because it's going to be faster like this. Let me, okay. And then we see how much, sorry, padding or margin they have. So it's 83. So what we can do is like divide 83 by 2, 41.5. We're going to set margin. I'm going to do here 41.5 actually. This size is how we're going to do it. And then, oh, sorry, 41 side. Always check which viewport you are. Otherwise, it's like, oh, I've been working in the large viewport and nothing applied to the other one. No. Okay, let's transform the 41.5 divided by 40, 100, which is 2.881 viewport, and in this one as well. Okay. And this is the last one, 41.5 by 133. It's 55.31 pixels actually. Okay, perfecto. As you can see, we made wrong here. We use flex, nothing in the proper one. So let's apply flex up here. Let's do this and then center the element. So, okay, so we have one. So what we do up here is we duplicate the element, and in the parent we're going to add a flex as well. But doesn't have to. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So we set 200% to the parent. It's gonna break up here. So there are two elements. What we're going to do is let's add the animation actually. Page load, and we start up here. Home. Let's home carousel animation, for example. Okay. So what we do, we add one move. It start from 100% behind. Also apply not the selected, but the class. all the element. And in this one, we are going to set the time that we want the carousel go. So it's going to be 10 seconds and in linear. Then we duplicate that and we are going to set to 0. So whenever finish, going to start. So it's like seamless. You're not going to see that a jump or something. It's going to be like whenever it starts up here, it's going to, no, whenever it gets here, it's going to start again. So you just like see that it's an infinite carousel. And it's going to be the duration 0 in this case. So, and then if we add the loop, we should see that the animation start working. The thing is, we need to add the overflow up here. So let's add a wrapper, because what I want is like, if we see it, this like a gradient on the sides. So let's do that. Let's add overflow hidden, so we don't see on the sides. And then let's add the gradients. Let's add two gradients up here. So what we are going to do is we are going to add an element. It's like carousel gradient. And this element is going to be, first of all, let's add the position relative. We are going to the parent, position relative. And we add this element absolute, and takes the whole parent, no? And up here we're going to add the gradient. So we add up here the gradient in Webflow. This is gonna be 90, so it's turned there. That's gonna be white. Actually, one here. No, sorry. Yeah, white. And in this one, it's gonna be transparent. So we have like a kind of, yeah. This is 20, this is white, this is, let's put in 80, no? The same. In this case, gonna be all the way down. So now we have the carousel done. Sometimes like it's a glitch. So this is already done. We finished with the top of the site. I don't know if there is any question in regards of that or something. I continue them with all the elements. So this is gonna be the header. Let's actually, because what I see up here is 100, but it's not actually 100. Let's add a padding bottom, actually. Padding bottom, medium. Yeah, so thank you, Jose. So let's continue with the structure of the website. What I continue with doing whenever I made the header, it's like I always like to set like a main wrapper, sorry, like a class with no style, just for visual purposes. Also for Google to say, hey, this is the main content of the page, so he can read more easier all the content that we have. And inside of this main, we start adding all the sections. So this is section. We already have this class, as I mentioned before. And I always like to set the tag as well. It's not something that you need to do. It's not mandatory, but I always like to do, no? Then let's add a container. And let's see. We're going to see now, but it's going to be, let's do the same. Padding X, like X-axis, medium. It's going to take one column for each one. Then let's add the columns. We're going to add a column wrapper and wrap this element, which is a video, in this, which is, in this case, takes 10 columns. So we're going to do it in this way. So if we add a column wrapper, okay, and then we add inside a column, now we say, okay, this column is going to take 12 columns of the parent, not the parent, or the whole viewport. No?
Viewport.
Oh, let's add a padding, actually, padding button, because we don't see anything here. Padding button. Okay, so yeah, it's taking 10 columns up here. Now let's add a video actually, and let's jump to the punch list side. And the video is this one. Sorry for the sound. And if we go back, we just take the video. Okay, we got it. Then we can say, oh, it's like video, and we're going to say take the full width of the pattern, no? This, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's taking the full width. But the thing is, like, we need to center this element. So there's a class for that in Knockout. Center element. The center to the element through from the parent. So it's take 10 columns and it center the element. No, actually, this full width we don't need it. But okay, so we have this element, and then we have 150 up here for the next one. So what we're going to do is, like, in this element, 150 is 1 column and a half, so it's L, margin bottom L.
Were those also 2 images? I
Which
didn't
one?
see in the next section. Are they 2 images? Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one is like a kind of video.
Okay.
Yeah, let's actually download the video if we can. Okay. Yeah, let's do it here. We grab it. Okay, so let's see what we have here. This element, I think we're going to do, instead of using the medium, large, and so on, we are going to do custom. So the first thing what we're going to do, this 100. So let's do a wrapper actually. Let's add a wrapper. And here we're going to add this div, this custom div, which can be like a, I don't know, color whites, for example. And in this element, I'm going to say, okay, take 650 pixels. So this is going to be 650 pixels. In here, it's going to be 650. Or we transform again to this one. 513. Okay. I'm doing here the math on my side. Okay. 650 and 650 by 1333. This is a 6 is 45 pixels. Okay, so we have already created the car, no? In this case, it's again the padding. We're going to use the padding S, so it's easier. Padding S around. I think it's 12 as well, so it's a border radius. It's going to be 12, and then we can start with the element. So this is the first element. It's a headline medium. Let's add a headline wrapper, and then add a medium, which 3 headline medium. I think it's 28 pixels. Yeah, 28 pixels. And then, yeah, sorry. Want to say something, Florencia? Okay. And in this one, we're going to say, okay, the color, change the color to text primary, actually. We change the color, and then we have 20 pixel and this element up here, which is a text. So we say here margin button pixels. We already created. This is a text wrapper. And in this text, we're going to add this. We're going to check which size is text S. Okay, it's the same of the body, actually. Let's see, because it's jump in our where's the jump here? I think up here, no? Yeah, correct. And then we continue. This is 24 pixels actually. So let's create this element, margin button 24. Create this margin. And this way we can adapt to any margins, padding, or whatever. Whenever you see that this exists in local, you just create as any other style guide, no? 40 by 100. This is 1.67 viewport. And this is 24 by 1333. This is gonna be 31992 pixels. Copy that. We come back to our breakpoint. And this element up here, I don't know if I added, yeah, both here. It's in this element. And then we have two bottoms. So let's add it. We're going to add a wrapper, actually, first. Wrapper. And let's add a link. I always like to add a link. Say bottom. Actually, we're going to do the buttons. In this case, it's primary and then the black, I think. So this is bottom, primary, and this one, which color is not black, is bonus 3. Okay, so let's add this, and this is bonus 3, which is, yeah, we are going to use the background in this case. Okay, let's copy the text, and in this one as well, and they're all set. Okay, then we have 20 pixels up here, margin right. Okay, this element, there is a shadow up here, box shadows. So let's add a class, actually, box shadow. And then we add in here. How I approach that? It's like, it's not the same from Figma to sorry, to Webflow. It changed that. It like changed the up here. So what I'm going to do is like, this is 32 and it's black 12. Okay, so let's add the box shadow. I think this is 32 and this is 12. Sorry, and this is 4 is the size. Should apply array to, yeah. So we have the box shadow already. Then we have this element that we said that this was a video. In this case, we have 100 pixels. Let's do one thing. Padding up, padding top, sorry, margin top, medium. This actually is not taking, no, we're not going to do like this actually. So yeah, we're going to do in the proper padding top, medium. We're going to position this element absolute, so position relative, and then we're going to add this background video. Actually, that's it. Recently add okay, this one they added like this pause button. I never used it yet, but I think it's useful for some cases.
So it doesn't like go on forever.
Yeah, so the user can pause the video. So in the meantime, I think we can do car weights video, for example, and then we're going to have absolute 0, sorry, 0 and 0, and then we are going to see how much is taking 118 pixels. Okay, so and in this one, we're going to add a theta positive thing. No, it's not created. Well, let's see. Let's do position. Oh, you know what? You know what is color white? We don't have background. Background white. Yeah. Okay. Now, so we said this is 118. We are going to transform this element. 118 by 40 by 100. So it's gonna scale to 805 people width, and then 818 by 133 to transform. Sorry, to pixels again. 1939 pixels. Okay, so we have already this element scaling up here. We have this done. Let's jump to the next one. Actually, we can make another section. To be honest, let's do another section. So let's create a new section up here. We can do in the same section, but it's just to to have different section in the website. Then we add a container, the padding X medium. This section we're going to add the tag. I miss it. And then let's see. Yeah. Okay. So for this element, there are many different ways to approach that. You can use flex with the flex gap, or you can use grid, or you can use for knockout. We have one option that is called margin offset. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you guys how you can do it. So for this element, let's make a column wrapper. And in this column wrapper, we're going to add 4 columns, half actually, column, half. We are going to see why. And in this case, let's add a padding as well. This is half, and then we are going to add, as we can see here, there's a gap in between. No, in this case, it's 50. 50 is actually is half of the column, but it's like 25 per each one, which is padding XS. So what we do here is like we add every column a padding XS. Okay. And we are going to copy paste these elements. So there are 4 columns up here. Okay. So actually, let's remove this one. We are like out of time. We should continue and then I show you that, or Florencia.
It's been an hour. Oh my God.
It's been an hour. So I can continue, or we can continue next week. I mean, no problem for me. We can have 10 minutes more. Let's do it.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, just to finish this section that we started.
Yeah, sure. So let's see. This is an element up here. So when inside, we're going to add a card. For example, we're going to call it card. We are going to add background. Yeah, well, background white. We're going to add border. I think there is a border radius as well. 12. Yeah, correct. This is something that you can do through the universal classes that we have, or just apply one class and make all the changes. It's up to you how you want to approach that. And then add the box shadow. Okay, we have this already set up, this card. And up here, we are going to add 2 elements, actually. So one is going to be this element. Let's add this wrapper. And this one, let's add the number. We're going to say number. And this is going to be 46. 46 and 46. We're going to add this. Well, this car has yeah, like 50. So padding, we miss it. Padding XS, no X actually. And the number we said is 46. Up here it's gonna be 46 divided 40 by 100 is 319.4 viewport, and up here as well. And then this 46 is going to transform again. 46 by 1333 is 60,138. Okay. Pixels actually. Now we are going to set a radius of 100% to do the circle. Then the background is going to be the secondary, this one. We are going to set a flex, so we can set the number inside and add a text element. It's 20, I think it's 20 pixel. I think it's text medium, I guess. We set text medium. It's 20. Yeah, correct. And in the number, we're going to say that the font color is white. Perfect. And I think this is gonna be bold actually. So let's class for bold because no, it's extra bold. Well, let's see if I can set bold. It's gonna be this one. Okay. Perfect. So now if I set bold, it's this one. Correct. Then we are going to create the other one, the other element. Let's do that and do wrapper again, I guess. This is gonna be one element is 24. Okay, so this is gonna be the text wrapper, and inside that's the text block. This one, we said there was 24, which is text L. Yeah, text L. It's gonna be bold as well. So we set the class bold. And underneath that is 10 pixels, which is this element. Actually, can replicate this one. This is 16, which is text S. Sorry, text S. And this one is a margin button. And that's it. We already have this class. We are going to copy this content. We are going to do actually, we can actually do it like this. Yes, or it's no, it's not. It's two elements actually. For this one, to remove this, and for this one, I'm going to remove this one. Here. Okay, was margin bottom 16, which is something that we don't have. So let's create it. I go fast. I mean, any questions that you have, Florencia, or something that?
Well, you said you had like 3 options to do like this section. Why did you pick the one on knockout?
I mean,
Why not the flex?
Yeah, it's gonna be flex, but because we are using the column wrapper, but in the flex gap, I use it, but it's stack the element. It's like quite a bit tricky. I don't like because it's a new one. This approach is stable, and no matter how you scale, it's gonna stay there. It's always gonna stay there because we are playing with the half of the pattern always, and also the gap is gonna be scalable because we are using the knockout patterns. So, but I'm going to show how it works because I think it's interesting. This is one viewport width, and this one is 16 by 133 is 21. 328 pixels. Okay, so we have this margin done. It's already added. Okay, and let's do this element up here. So we set flex. Oh, no. Flex in this element. Actually, we're going to say sizing don't shrink. And this one is gonna be out flex grow. Yeah. So it takes the rest of the element that we have. Up here, what is the? It's 20. Nice. So another 20 pixels up here, margin right 20. Okay. Just this element is taking the rest always. Okay. So we have this card. Let's do now how we approach this on Knockout. So we are going to let's do this. So if we see up here, we have a gap in between. As we said, is like XS. If you zoom, it's like half of the column. Let's say. Let me see that this is correct. That I did everything because I was in the other. Yeah, I think it's correct. No? Yeah. So here we have a gap of one like S, like half a column. So what we're going to do is like we go here to the body. We have this grid that we can see how it's behave all the things. No, we see all the columns. So what we do up here, we already set the padding around, and then in the card, and we go to margin in the column wrapper, the parent. We go margin offset XS, and now because what we want is like this card move half of no a quarter of the column, because this is the gap that we have up here. So we say okay, expand back XS value, so it's stay in the edge of the container actually, which is medium. We set medium up here on the side. Okay, so let's do margin. We set offset. It's a negative margin actually. What we do here, you can see here, it's a negative margin. So now we are aligned in the with the container. No? So this is how we approach. There's another ways. There is also grid that you can use grid and just put the space, the gap in between. It's pretty easy, to be honest. But I always like to do like this. Then there is a small issue, not issue, but up here we set overflow visible. So now all the box shadow is not broken. No. So yeah, this is how we build with Knockout. This a real project for a real client. We already made this part of the homepage is missing this up here that I would like to do as well on live stream to show how we can approach this. Not tab, it's like a drop down, like a custom drop down. I feel like a slider or carousel, and make the footer as well. So now it's saying, I'll say now I understand that's my problem in many cases was wanting to do everything with the native knockout classes, for example, positioning classes. Yeah, Jose, it's like you can use the knockout classes if they're already applying in this case for the project, but whenever you don't see like this margin rights 20 pixels, you don't have it in knockout, you create it. I mean, unless that you don't want a pixel perfect website, you want to create with the knockout classes, go ahead, there is no problem. But you want to see transform the Figma to Webflow perfectly, but you don't have these classes on knockout, just create it. So yeah, so this is basically what we do today. We will have another streaming showing how we transform this design in responsive for mobile and tablet, because there are classes also for mobile and tablet. And I don't know if there is any other questions or anything that you guys want to ask, or you, Florencia, something that you would like to share. Thank you.
Um, no, we don't have any questions, but I was wondering if maybe for next streaming, um, we can try like um, going from the build, like the
Mm,
Figma file, and how you make that those little decisions that you seem to do, like when you transform, from Figma
mm.
to Webflow, like you make little decisions. And I was wondering how you get to those little decisions, like, oh no, I'll try this instead of that.
Yeah,
Are you thinking like on the long term, like maintenance of the site? Are you thinking about who will be using, maybe doing the updates, or is it just like from a developer kind of, um,
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is not that's when Webflow happen for everything, design, development, and everything. There is not only one way to do the things, right?
Hmm.
And no, like one is not better to the other one. Like can be better another option, but you are used to do that, and you feel more confident doing that. And the other day is depends on the project. We just check the whole theme. I put in my mind, okay, I will do in this way this, or I will use this tool, or I will approach this layout in this way, in grid, on flex, depends. And then whenever you jump to the project, you realize, oh, there's a better way to do the things. Let's do, or let's make a comparison between them and see which one is going to be better. For example, to transform later on responsive, on mobile, that you don't need to make many changes, or just adding some knockout classes. That's going to be easier for everybody. So every person has their own way to do the things. I mean, probably I'm wrong in many things and what I'm doing, and there's another person that approaches in a different way. So, but yeah, I'm excited to continue doing live builds, to respond any questions that the people have in regards with Knockout or Webflow, or how we approach the different projects that we have. So yeah, whatever, whoever that want to know about the Knockout, this is the address, the URL that you can go there, maybe with knockout.com. That we have the documentation in English, and as you said, Francia, in Spanish as well. So any suggestion, any question, anything that you guys have, please leave in the comment or reach out to us through our website. Also, well, we have a community. This is for the EA Live. This is in English, but we are going to continue in our Webflow Cafe community, which is the Spanish Webflow community that we have. If you are in there, you don't have to join in this one, because we are going to announce all the live stream uh, in the Webflow Cafe as well. And then, well, for instance, next week we are going to have Kendra Rainey, for our team director of brand and content, EA, which is, I mean, you guys don't miss it, because it's amazing how she approach the content creation, how we start the project in Edgar Allan is how we start
Hmm.
our
It's
projects.
our step one, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So she's gonna be here, and she's going to show us how the things work in terms of content creation and everything. So you guys have any question, and then after that we'll have also Tino that's going to talk about the 3D. So we are many things coming up. So any, I will suggest to subscribe to our channel either in YouTube or also in Twitch, because the people think that we are only in YouTube, but we are also live in Twitch as well.
We're teachers now. So yeah, join us also next week. A lot of exciting things coming up.
Mhm.
So thank you, Felix, for this amazing knockout class that we just had.
Thank you.
I'm always amazed to see you how build, how fast you build. And it's for those watching. I mean, if you have any questions about the building itself, you can always reach out and just ask Felix the questions.
Yeah,
Since he's
whoever needs to
the
hear,
Webflow whiz. Yeah, thank you so much for this.
Thank you guys. Well, I see you next week then. Probably it's gonna be on Friday or probably Wednesday. We'll announce through the community, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you guys.
See you
Bye
guys
bye.
next week.
Bye bye.
Bye. Ciao.